Yeah.
February?
Yeah, February.
February.
We're rolling old school.
Yeah, because I'm just stuck. I wouldn't care. I don't know why. It's supposed to be in person.
I didn't get anything it's not in person anymore.
Yeah, I know, I think it's still in person, but they'll change it. Yeah, they'll change it again.
Yeah,
I'm not doing
I guess look for the red.
my living room on Saturday is not going to where's it? Meet Brother First, you focus wherever it is. You can go and get a break. We've done the routine, right? It's a little, it's easier to listen, sitting at home on a
That's an
Saturday.
issue we agree.
The kids, you know.
No, like, take me to the
Welcome to the January 12th, 2022 meeting of the Oakland Mayor and Council. Roll call.
Mayor Schrager,
Here.
Councilman Kamala,
Here.
Councilman Pignatelli,
Here.
Councilman Saliani,
Here.
Councilman Slasinski,
Here.
Councilman Talamini,
Here.
Councilman Van Ack.
Here.
And before we begin, please look at your cell phones. Make sure it's on mute or be turned off. And please refrain from texting one another because it could be construed as a violation of the Open Public Meetings Act. In addition, it is annoying and very disturbing. And it's also very discourteous. So please look at the cell phone and refrain from texting. At this time, please stand, salute to the flag, and a moment of silence. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Remain standing. And tonight, while you're standing for the moment of silence, I want to personally thank all members of law enforcement, specifically in Oakland, for your service to our residents. On January 9th, 2022, was named Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. It is a day that the community recognizes the difficulty of their job and supports them as they provide a public service in this difficult and sometimes impossible career. So thank you to all our law enforcement workers, our first responders, and all those healthcare workers out there. Please be seated. This meeting is being held in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Law, duly announced, advertised, and posted in the municipal building. The meeting will adjourn at 10 p.m. unless a majority of the council members that are present vote to extend the time. And my report for this evening. Tonight is the annual reorganization, at which time we will appoint professionals. We will also appoint board and commission members this year. There are still openings and vacancies on some of our boards and commissions. If interested, go to our website, fill out a citizen leadership form, and either bring it to Borough Hall, or drop it, or email it, or fax it, or bring it to my office. We'd love to have you. We look forward to having more volunteers. It's a great opportunity to be a part of our community. This week, you received a notice. You also received a reverse 911 call from me about our water. Our water is still safe to drink. We are required by the New Jersey DEP to send out a second notice concerning New Jersey's new standards, which are above the federal standards. And just so you know, the Oakland water system relies on water supply wells to provide water to our system. These supply wells are located in the borough and are owned, operated, and maintained by the Borough of Oakland Water Department. We are in the engineering stages of treatment for our system to remove the PFOA and PFOS in the drinking water at Well 10, and anticipate having a water treatment facility installed at Well 10's facility in 2022. For more information, call the Water Department at 201-337-8104. Our water system exceeded the New Jersey drinking water standard, not the federal standard. I repeat, not the federal standard. So please don't be alarmed. I personally am still drinking water from the tap. I feel very comfortable drinking the Oakland water. I happen to like Oakland water. And we are way below the federal standard. New Jersey has increased their standards, and that's why we are in the situation we're in. Yesterday morning, I attended a mayor's meeting, and we learned about the many programs and services at Newbridge Medical Center. I would advise everyone, go on the website, Newbridge Medical Center. I was stunned by the amount of activity, events, programs, services to Bergen County residents. It's unbelievable. So I just wanted to pass that along. And lastly, to all high school juniors and seniors who live in Oakland, regardless of the high school you attend, meaning Indian Hills, Ramapo, or any of the private high schools you wish to attend, the New Jersey State League of Municipalities is sponsoring the Future Municipal Leaders Scholarship Competition. There will be 3 scholarship winners, and you will receive money if you win. The competition centers on the theme, What My Municipal Government Does Best. So it should be interesting for all of us to read. Requirements. There's an application to be filled out together with an essay of approximately 500 words based on your perceptions and experiences with Oakland government. A letter of details with the application is being sent to the high schools. But also it will be on our website. You can contact me, you can contact the municipal building. Again, if you are a junior or a senior high school student who lives in Oakland, regardless of whatever high school you attend, you are eligible to apply for the scholarship. So good luck, and we hope you receive some of your applications. It is all the letters and information are going out this week. And with this, I'll entertain a motion to open to the public.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Does anyone wish to speak and make public comment?
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead. All right, please.
Well, somebody.
I'll go.
Hi,
Hi,
Dave Richardson, 320 Rampo Valley Road.
welcome.
How you doing? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Just one thing, you know my beef. I'd like to make a suggestion. I was just riding through on Lowell Road before, and I noticed that the borough shoveled off the walkway from right the beginning of, like the backstop from Field 8 up around the corner to the kids' little playground, right? So that's all it's shoveled. All the rest of it's covered with ice and snow. And with the weather we've been having in the last few years, I can't believe somebody would be out there at 8 or 9 o'clock at night when it's 10 degrees outside taking a walk. Especially on all the ice and snow. Somebody's gonna fall and get hurt out there. I think what they should do is when the clocks turn back, right? Shut the field down, shut all lights off, and save all that electrical money that you spend all winter long trying to keep that place lit up down there for 1 or 2 people that want to take a walk. You know? I mean, I don't know exactly what it costs, but right now you got the fields down there by the roller skating rink, the
Hockey rink.
roller hockey rink, and all those other lights along there. None of that's been shoveled down there. So there's nobody walking down there. It's all ice and snow. So why are we wasting all this power? All the tax money's being wasted. Right? To save electricity, shut it
Press
off.
the button.
Turn the button on.
Thank you.
Right? But I'm just saying, come when the clocks go back, shut the field down, save that money, and possibly saves. What if somebody was out there walking in the back out there, slipped and fell, and hit their head or something, was laying there, and it's 10 degrees outside? They're going to die of hypothermia. You know? It's just something to look into.
Thank you.
All right,
Mr.
thank
Kunz
you.
will address this with the
Recreation
staff
or
tomorrow,
DPW?
and our recreation liaison will address it with rec. Thank you. Anybody else?
Anybody?
Anybody can speak at any time.
Happy New Year. I'm Samuel Ahi, owner of Tire Tech and Auto at 357 Rampo Valley Road. I was here in front of the mayor and the council before, and just felt like, you guys pointed out all the bad things out of the zoning board meeting, and I didn't really get a chance to express anything. I know, I've been in this town for about 18 years, been in business 18 years,
Excuse
16
me, you gave
years.
your business address. Are you, your home address? We need your home address.
I live in Mountain Lakes, but I own a house in town. It's 484 Rampo Valley Road in
Thank you.
Oakland. So I've been in business for 18 years, 16 years, never had a single citation, never had any issues. Since I applied for that building, I've had my trucks get pulled over. I've had some of the suppliers, my uniform guys getting tickets for parking their trucks. I feel like if there's anything that a business is doing where the council doesn't like it or the mayor doesn't like it, I think we should go ahead and communicate with them. I know for a fact the mayors at these council meetings, hey, listen, what's going on with that Oakland drugs? You know, if there were cars parked there, somebody come in. I'm right in Oakland. I'm right in Oakland. All we need to do is communicate. You guys made it sound like I'm running a junkyard. I'm not running a junkyard. I've been in this town for 18 years. I've participated in every single little thing that this town does, whether it's Flow Follies, whether it's the car show, whether it's anything. My business's future depends on this building. I don't want to keep doing everything outside. I literally have 2 guys working outside in the cold right now. The reason I wanted this building, because I was going to put 6 bays in. But I feel like not everybody got the idea that they needed. I had 6 weeks, 8 weeks of board meetings there. But it was all brought down to about 25 minutes here. And I feel like that's not fair.
Just so you know, it took me several hours to read the transcript.
No, true.
Not 25 minutes.
I agree with you. But I'm saying, it just made it sound like it was very one-sided. Hey, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad. There wasn't a single good thing that was pointed out during the meeting, am I right?
I pointed out a few positive things.
Sure, but I appreciate that.
And
But
this-
I feel like I've been in this town, I've done a lot of good things. And I plan to do good things. The reason we're doing this, because I got 40, 60 tires sitting outside. I can't expand on that particular place because Luke Oil owns it. You know, I like the mayor. The mayor put something up on Facebook. I had people thinking I'm going to open a gas station there. That's what happened with that post. People are like, oh, you're going to open another gas station? No. I'm not. I'm trying to clean up the place I have. I'm having a tough time getting employees because they have to work outside. I thought the town was pro-business. That's not what I'm feeling. Even before I went to the zoning board, how many times did we mention during the council meeting, hey, what's going on at that Oakland Drugs? Why are those trucks there? Mayor, I'm right here. You can come in and say, listen, I don't want you to park your trucks there. It doesn't look nice. Just come in. Mayor, I've been in this town and you've been in this town. How many times did you stop at my business?
I'm not going to answer this.
You're not going to answer it because you don't want to.
Excuse me, we'll have a private conversation. This is not a debate tonight.
It's
We'll
not
have
a
private
debate. I want the
conversation.
council to consider what happened here. I feel like I'm being bullied in this town. 16 years, not a single citation, whether it was for leaving snow on the sidewalk, anything. Meanwhile, I got cops taking pictures at night while my cars are parked there. Why? What did I do wrong? Who told them to go take pictures in the middle of the night at 11 p.m.? I want some answers. This is ridiculous. I've kept quiet all this time. I said, you know what? Let the process work through. I feel like I'm being bullied. My vendors, my uniform supplier never got a ticket. All of a sudden I apply for the building, the guy gets a parking ticket. People don't want to come and deliver to me because they feel like they're going to get harassed. All anybody has to do is actually come over and just ask me a question. My doors are always open. I'm there 6 days a week, 14 hours a day. My business's future depends on this. My kids' future depends on this. I've served this community. I wouldn't have what I have without this community. And that's why I am so passionate about staying in Oakland. I shut down Chatham. I shut down Paramus. I shut down Boot. But one location I didn't shut down was Oakland. Why? Because I feel that strongly about this community. But you know what? The results I got, that's not what I got back. That's not what I got back. And I know you guys have another couple of weeks. I'm not sure when it gets done. But I feel like, you know what? There is no way I should be told no. That building is perfect. Everything's going to be inside. I'm not displaying anything outside. There's going to be no repair. They complained about the trucks. I got additional parking in town. I'm paying thousands of dollars a month for that. I've worked with the town in every phase. And I really want the council to consider what I'm saying here. That's it. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Motion closed?
All in favor?
Aye.
Approval of minutes. The minutes from December 20th, 2021. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Abstain.
Councilman Slisinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Councilman Van Ek.
Yes.
We have minutes from the executive session of December 20th, 2021. If there's going to be any discussion, it must be done during executive session. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Will there be any discussion? Roll call.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Abstain.
Councilman Slisinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Councilman Van Ek.
Yes.
There are minutes from the oath of office meeting held right here, January 2nd, 2022 at 12 noon. There a motion to
So
approve?
moved. Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Councilman Kamala.
Abstain, wasn't present.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Yes.
Councilman Slisinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Councilman Van Ek.
Abstain.
So now this is the reorganization meeting, as I said earlier. And the first one is council president. Is there a motion? Or not, excuse me, nomination.
I'd like to nominate Councilman Pignatelli to be council president.
Is there a
Second.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any other nominations? If no other nominations, roll call.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Yes.
Councilman Slisinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Councilman Van Ek.
Yes.
Congratulations, Council
Thank you,
President
Mayor.
Pignatelli.
Thank you, Mayor.
Since this just happened and we just voted, we'll hold over all the council liaisons until the next meeting. Is that acceptable?
Correct. Yes,
Okay,
thank you.
you. Now we have appointments of professionals. All right, I submit the name. Just so everybody is aware, the RFQs were submitted. There was a meeting by the committee of myself, Richard Coons, Kevin, right? Kevin, was it Kevin? Kevin, you were there.
Yes.
And Russ Talman.
Mayor, one question.
Yeah,
When did the RFQs have to be in by?
what was the date?
Richard, do you know that?
Early.
It was in November.
Early.
It was early.
Early
Very early.
December?
Pardon?
Please, do you recall the date? Early December sometime?
It was early.
It was in November, I
Is
think.
it end of November?
Yeah. the end of
And
November.
how is that advertised that we're
Yeah,
in the newspaper?
in the newspaper and on the website.
Yes.
Okay, with the deadline and everything?
Oh, yeah, just like all the towns do.
Just double check.
Yeah, all the towns do that. Believe me, I read the paper every day for those RFQs,
Yeah.
deadlines.
And did the committee have individual interviews with everybody?
No, because we all know everybody. Actually, there wasn't much, I don't think we didn't interview. We just read all the RFQs.
Right.
Okay, we'll start with the list that I have here that I have. The first one is Auditor Gary Vinci from Lorch, Vinci and Higgins. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Abstain.
Councilman Slisinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Councilman Van Ek.
Yes.
The next one is for Borough Engineer Kevin Boswell and specifically John Yakimic.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Yes.
Councilman Slasinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Councilman Van Ack.
Yes.
The next one is water engineer Kevin Boswell. Motion?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Yes.
Councilman Slasinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Councilman Van Ack.
Yes.
Mayor, I have one other question, please,
Sure.
on that appointment. Last year, we qualified 2 other...
Yes, I mentioned that to Richard tonight. He said that we'll do that by resolution.
Okay,
At the next meeting.
thank you.
Yes, I mentioned it to him because it wasn't on the list.
Thank you.
Thank you. You see, you're good. You were quick.
Thank you.
The next one is bond counsel Steve Rogert. Rogert McCarthy.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Abstain.
Councilman Slasinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Councilman Van Ack.
Yes.
The next one is the borough planner Steve Lyden from Burgess Associates.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Abstain.
Councilman Slasinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Councilman Van Ack.
Yes.
Risk manager Brown and Brown from Brown and Brown.
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Abstain.
Councilman Slasinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Councilman Van Ack.
Yes.
The next one is health benefits risk manager, the Baza Agency.
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Abstain.
Councilman Slasinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Councilman Van Ack.
Yes.
Oh, did I forget borough attorney?
Usual.
Borough attorney Brian Chakowski.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Kamala.
No.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Yes.
Councilman Slasinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Councilman Van Ack.
No.
Do we have enough votes?
Mhm.
I have one question on the borough prosecutor. Did we do that yet?
No.
No.
We didn't get to that yet.
Okay. Did we only get one?
Yes, that's what's happening.
Oh, okay.
And we didn't, I'll explain it when we get to that. Let's do labor attorney Matthew Jacoby.
So moved.
Oh, we did.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Abstain.
Councilman Slasinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Councilman Van Ack.
Yes.
Then we have, I did all the professionals, correct?
You have the prosecutor.
Well,
public
that's separate, that's a
defender.
whole
Right.
separate sheet, okay. Now the court. We had, now you have a question, we're doing the court personnel.
Did we only have one prosecutor apply?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And for the, so for prosecutor Andrew Simaluka,
So moved.
there a second?
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Yes.
Councilman Slasinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Councilman Van Ack.
Yes.
Alternate prosecutor Andrew Roth, there a motion?
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Yes.
Councilman Slasinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Councilman Van Ack.
Yes.
Public defender Diane D'Alessandro,
So moved.
second?
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Yes.
Councilman Slasinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Councilman Van Ack.
Yes.
And just to be honest with, an open, no one applied for alternate public defender, and the municipality is required to have one. So letters, I sent out a notice to the Bar Association, and we did get one letter from Matthew Seymour, who was a public defender in other towns, and he'll be the alternate. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Yes.
Councilman Slasinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Councilman Van Ack.
I didn't see, I guess did that just happen?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a letter. We don't need RFQs for the alternates.
Oh, okay, then yes.
Now, for example, so if the positions aren't filled, the town has to go out and re-advertise. And in fact, today, Westwood was the deadline for prosecutor and public defender.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
People are just
Late.
not, yeah,
Late.
yeah, because if they don't advertise, if they don't get anybody, they have to re-advertise it.
Wow.
So that's what happens. All right, so now we have, again, we're going to hold off on, the council liaisons, you'll be a holdover until, the appointment, until you submit the names.
Correct, yes.
Thank you.
I'll have
All
the
right.
next meeting.
Okay, thank you. Okay, board appointments. I have my chart, as I always do every year. Okay, planning board, we'll start with planning board. That is a mayor's appointment. The class 2, Lee Hayman is a 1-year appointment. He submitted his citizen leadership form, and I'm reappointing him. The councilman will wait until you submit a name, council president, and in the meantime, Eric Kamala will be the holdover for the planning board, because there is a meeting this week. John Morris is a class 3, 4-year appointment. I'm appointing John Morris. Gregory List was the alternate, and we lost a 4-year member, so I'm moving Gregory List into the spot that was vacated by Sandra Cora. So then Andrea Levy, who is the alternate 2, will move into the alternate 1 spot. And the new member on the planning board, who I'm appointing as the alternate 2, is Sarah Michelle. So thank you to everybody on the planning board. It's a wonderful board. They're great. They do their homework and they are dedicated. So thank you to all members of the planning board. You have to go into Borough Hall. Since we have a planning board meeting tomorrow night, please go to Borough Hall tomorrow to Lisa Duncan, our borough clerk. She will administer the oath of office to you, or you can do it at the planning board meeting tomorrow night. But please pick up your packets for the tomorrow night's meeting. Zoning board, we're holding off on the zoning board appointments. So if you are on the zoning board and your term is up, you are a holdover until the next meeting. I know you have a zoning board meeting next week. You are a holdover. There's something going on with an investigation, and we want that to be completed before we move for the zoning board. Board of Health is a council appointment, and I'm submitting the name of, and everybody I submit the name of has submitted a
Leadership.
thank you. Couldn't get it out. Leonard Provenzal for a 3-year appointment. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Finatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Yes.
Councilman Slisinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Councilman Van Ack.
Yes.
And the second appointment for a 3-year term is Michael Talucci.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Finatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Yes.
Councilman Slisinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Councilman Van Ack.
Yes.
The library's a mayor's appointment. I'm appointing Ann Russo as the mayor's alternate for the library board, and Ronnie Levine for a 5-year term.
So moved.
So moved.
Second.
Well, it's my appointment, so
Oh.
thank you. But thank you for wanting.
We love Ronnie.
I mean,
We
there's
love
no
Ronnie.
way we're gonna let
We
Ronnie
love her.
go.
She does
Ronnie,
so
you
much.
are on.
Yeah. We love you so much.
5 more years, Ronnie. Recreation is a mayor's appointment. So we had moved, Michael Ives was already appointed, and Megan Rotundo to fill the vacancies that were there. Michael Bleeker sent in his citizens, I can't even speak tonight, citizen leadership form, 5-year appointment, reappointing him. Mike Guadagnino, 5-year appointment, reappointing him. And I think that covers the Recreation Committee.
What were the first 2, Mayor? You said the
It
holdovers?
was already done. Michael Ives.
Oh, so
and
we didn't
Megan
have to
Rotundo.
reappoint them?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Flood Commission, we have 3 openings, but no one put in their leadership forms that I received. That's Bill Wolford, Tony Smith, and Steve Polly. Who was Flood this year?
I think,
I'll tell you in a
I
minute.
think Russ was.
I'll tell you in a moment.
It was me the year before.
The flood is Kevin Slazinski.
Oh.
If you can contact the Flood Commission and find out if it's the 3 that are up are Bill Wolford, Tony Smith, and Steve Foley. you may want to call the president of the flood commission who was leaving.
Or you may not.
Okay, we have the park committee. There are reappointments, and
Mayor, I have one question about that. I'm sorry to interrupt.
on the park,
Yes.
yes.
I thought we were turning that over to the rec commission.
I don't think we ever made a decision. We talked about it, but we never made a decision.
But I thought when we created the park commission, we said, once the 5-year, whatever time period is, we were gonna have the recreation commission
But we
administer that.
don't have that in writing, though.
No, I think the idea was that once the development of the park was completed, that the work of the Great Oak Park Committee would be completed. I think they'd like to see the construction of the band shell through to
Which
the...
is-
Okay, so
supposed to be
have,
this year.
that's fine with me.
So
That's fine with me.
that'll be, so next year, maybe.
I just had that thought come in my
No, at
mind.
the end of next year, that's right, at the end of next year. So, the following persons have submitted forms to be reappointed for the one-year term. Mike Guadagnino, is there a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pinnatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Yes.
Councilman Slasinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Lee Hayman for a one-year term.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pinnatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Yes.
Councilman Slasinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Councilman Van Ack.
Yes. And
Nancy
yes on the
Lock-
last one, too.
I'm sorry, what?
I don't think my name was called for the prior vote.
Sorry.
Oh,
So yes on that one, too.
oh, you got him?
I got him now.
Okay,
Yep.
she got you.
It's all good.
Nancy Larkin,
So moved.
Second.
roll call.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pinnatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Yes.
Councilman Slasinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Councilman Van Ack.
Yes.
Sandra Cora,
So moved.
Second.
roll call.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pinnatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Yes.
Councilman Slasinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Councilman Van Ack.
Yes.
Now, since Councilman Eric Kamala is the holdover, there was one more, Peter Keycott, who did not submit any form, and then there was another opening. So if you want to speak to whoever on the park committee, see if there
Okay.
is, what's going on.
I'll reach out to him.
Thank you. Shade Tree is a mayor's appointment. Ed Clark put in for reappointment for a 5-year term, and I am reappointing him. Kim did not put anything in. Did anybody receive anything from Kim? Did you, isn't that Grant? Is that your
Yeah,
committee?
nothing. I'll reach out.
Oh, thank you. And then we have an opening. We also have an opening.
We've been working on filling it for the last year since I took on that.
Oh, okay, thank you.
We had 2, we're down to 1.
All right, OCC Communications Commission. James Barry for a 3-year term. Their motion?
Motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pinnatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Yes.
Councilman Slasinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Councilman Van Ack.
Yes.
And the junior member Benjamin Good for a 1-year term.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pinnatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Yes.
Councilman Slasinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Councilman Van Ack.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, jumped ahead. We have an opening on the OCC for a 3-year term. And the 2 alternates, they're not up yet. Municipal Alliance is a mayor's appointment, and nobody put in. But I assume, I'm hoping Mark Piercy, Officer Mark Piercy, Officer Detective, will let me know what's going on with that. As far as the emergency management, I got the list from Roy Balberger, Roy, you are incredible. Thank you for being our OEM coordinator. You are just remarkable, and we can't say enough thank yous to you. He put in, I don't know who the council liaison will be, but right now it's Eric Kamala as a holdover. So it's Roy Balberger, OEM coordinator, Leonard Tanis, deputy OEM coordinator, Anthony Marcaselli, deputy OEM coordinator, Tim Ryan, deputy OEM coordinator, Ed Triumph, emergency operations center coordinator, Chief Keith Sanzari, police liaison, Sergeant Keith Dakra, police liaison, Fire Chief Vinnie Dias, Fire Liaison. Assistant Fire Chief Lou Thurston, Fire Liaison. Assistant Fire Chief Vincent
Improvise.
I always have a problem. I'm sorry, Vincent. Fire Liaison. First Aid Chief Jeff Marquezo, First Aid Liaison. Matt Goodrich, COVID Coordinator. Mayor Linda Schwager. As of now, it's as a holdover. I don't know what they're going to decide. Is Eric Komala's Council Liaison. Richard Kunz, Borough Administrator. Don Brock, Shelter Coordinator. John Whittikin, is that correct?
Yeah.
For the time being, right? As a holdover. A Construction Code Official. Jason Duncan, DPW Equipment Operator. Principal Sean Bowe, Local Board of Education. Joe Taminia, Local Board of Education. Tony Smith, Animal Rescue Coordinator. Charles Wolf, Regional Board of Ed. Doug Brown, Sarah 3 Representative. Dave Potash, Local Resources. Erin Valberger, Technology Resources. Steve Tippinger, Board of Health Liaison. Scott Sicarella, DPW Municipal Damage Assessment. Danny Delia, Assistant Drill and Cleanup Coordinator. And Michael Corelli is our Assistant Administrator. And that is the Emergency Management. Environmental. Alex Myers is up.
He resigned.
That's right.
Huh.
So I'm moving Matthew Shook into that position. He's an alternate too, so we need an alternate. So if any, and we've received, what did I, no, I didn't receive anything else, did you?
No,
No. So Matthew Shook will be a
we meet
voting
next
member.
week.
Okay. Green Team is mayor's appointment.
Hang on, don't we have to establish a team first before you make any appointments?
I thought we did that.
It's on the agenda this
Oh,
evening.
that's where I read it.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll do that after. Public events. The only one who put in was Chopper Russo. So,
I'm sorry, Mayor. They spoke about it at the meeting on Monday, so they're going to.
put in? Okay, there's a whole bunch.
Yeah,
Mike Hozak, Joey Glima, May, we need May.
yeah.
Make sure she puts in. And Jerry Engelmola, and well, we have Chopper Russo. Your motion for Chopper?
So moved.
Second?
Roll call.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Yes.
Councilman Slisinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Councilman Van Appen.
Yes.
All right, and right now, I would like to do, we didn't establish the Oak Park Committee. So Resolution 2233 is to reestablish the Green Team. Is there a motion?
So moved.
I actually was going to ask that be pulled out
Okay,
when we did the resolutions.
okay, so we'll hold off on that.
Excuse me, Mayor.
And,
I'm sorry for interrupting.
that's okay.
Are we finished with boards and commissions? Are you finished with all the?
Well, I was gonna do the Green Team, and then go back to the Green Team, then we were finished, unless I missed one.
Well, I just want to make a statement that, we depend on these volunteers like you cannot believe. We have 7 elected officials here, and our borough administrator, and Lisa, and Michael, and you see all the professionals that we have. We can't do it alone. And I praise them so much that they put the time and the effort in, some year after year after year after year after year. And it is a big commitment. So thank you to all the boards and commission people who volunteer their time. It's so important to the borough. That's how we run. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. So, Resolution 2234 is to reestablish the Great Oak Park Committee.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Yes.
Councilman Slisinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Councilman Van Appen.
Yes.
And now it's official that there is a Great Oak Park Committee, so I'll repeat the names in case it got confused. Mike Wad, Lee Hayman, Nancy Larkin, and Sandra Cora.
Right.
So, thank you. Now, can we do Resolution 2233?
Yeah, I wanted to bring that up. I've expressed my concern with the Green Team since I was elected. I have experienced a a lot of negative interactions. I think the Green Team does some great things. Community Garden's an amazing project. I think some of the other efforts, like the little art festival that happened, was a great thing, but I see that's something that could be done with public events. Maybe the community garden could be a separate thing, that a green team is like the department of redundancy department here in this town, that there is really no purpose for it, and then there's been a lot of bullying and issues. Other commissions, as a matter of fact, the committee we just approved has experienced some of that bullying and harassment from this group. And I don't think that's appropriate. That's not the character and charisma of Oakland. And I strongly encourage my fellow elected officials to vote no with me and not approve the Green Team this year. And then we can look into things for the future, but not at this time.
All right, just, the Green Team was created in 2009, achieved bronze level certification as a sustainable community in 2011, 2014, 2017, 2018, and 2019, and achieved silver level certification in 2020 and 2021. And Mr. Kunz, could you explain what the certifications do for us, or don't do for us?
Well, besides kind of being a mark of our commitment to the goals of Sustainable Jersey and the program, it is something there that can also potentially lead to additional grant opportunities and resources to accomplish our goals, whether that's in the area of, electric vehicles, or the money that we got for the community garden and the like. So it's, overall something that's positive for the borough to be certified.
But a group of citizens can get together, raise money, create a good community garden without some point system from Trenton. We apply for grants all the time, and we get them all the time. Michael does a great job writing grants. Not necessary to have this sustainable green team to get grants or money or a community garden. We have an environmental commission that's great, shade tree commission that's caring about the environment. Nobody cares more about protecting. I'm a 2A guy all the way. Theodore Roosevelt is one of the people I learned about young and in my coming up in politics, and I love open space and doing the right thing and sustainability, but free market solutions for that, not top-down government solutions for that.
So do you want to make a motion not to reestablish the Green Team?
Motion to not reestablish the Green Team.
Is there a second?
Well, we have a resolution you could vote down.
Well, that's the opposite of establishing.
Well, we would just vote on 22,
Oh.
33.
On the resolution?
That would be easier, right?
Right.
That's the easier way?
Somebody could move in second and.
Okay.
Can I just ask about that? So the Green Team members are there, is there an overlap of the members of the Green Team and the Environmental Committee, or?
Well, do you want me to read who wants to be on it?
I know the Environmental Commission does need volunteers.
I mean,
There's only one
I just see
opening.
what, it does seem redundant to me that, but then now, I know that we've had issues in the past. Have we had issues recently with the Green Team that was, that we're concerned about? Is there?
I can certainly chime in as liaison. There have not been any hiccups after the Little Dog Park incident. They have done their hour sample. They just finished a styrofoam drive on the 8th. So they are certainly an active organization. And I think, in my opinion, I think we're beyond the issues of some of the problems that we had in the past.
And I'm still not past it still seems very redundant. Like, why can't these people be on the environmental?
Well, I can tell you that this was originally set up because there was enough of a separation between the statutory duties of the Environmental Commission and the goals of the Green Team, which we call Green Team, right? But it's actually the Sustainable Jersey Committee, and it goes well beyond any, core environmental issues that, let's say, the Environmental Commission would get involved with. There's a lot of different project areas, from arts in the community to transparent government. You can go on their website, there's like 16 different functional areas. So there's a lot there that does not overlap with the Environmental Commission at all, and would really be outside of the Environmental Commission's purview to be
Just
involved.
more government, more bureaucracy. Don't need it in Oakland.
I was liaison, Mayor, if I may, I was liaison 2 years ago before Councilman Kamala. And Councilman Grant is correct in that well, I'm going to say it really was one person, to be honest with you. And that person's no longer on the commission.
She moved out of town.
And moved out of town. I am an environmentalist. I do like what they do. I spent my entire 40-year career in environmental protection. I do like what they do. I do like some of the things that they bring forward that other people don't want to touch. Mainly the plastic bag proposition, eliminating that. So, whereas there were problems, Councilman Van Dyke, as Councilman Kamala said, I think that's been resolved. After that happened, I didn't see one problem after that person left. So they do put an effort in styrofoam. I mean, another thing, the styrofoam collection, it's not styrofoam cups or straws or whatever. It's the big bulk styrofoam. And as a result of that, once we collect a certain amount of poundage or tonnage, whatever it is, you know, we do get benches for our parks. So their efforts do, we do see a reward from their efforts. And I think they're more tuned to doing things for the borough than they are in arguing with other boards. I have seen a change in them. Thank you.
All right, so does anybody want to make a motion?
Actually, just another question.
Sure.
Mr. Coons, I mean, with the overlap that takes place between some of the other organizations, is there a way that the scope of the green team could be tightened up?
You know, I'm not sure exactly how to answer that, because I think that there is a level of coordination that goes on now for things that we get points for. For example, the Environmental Commission helps run the flow film test, right, with the environmental commissions of Wyckoff and Franklin Lakes, for example. That's something that we get points for. It's not something that the green team necessarily leads, right? That is something that the environmental commission tackles and does, and you know, the green team coordinates inputting that into the system so that we can get the points for it. Same thing with some of our recycling programs that are run through DPW. It's a matter of coordination rather than actually, you know, running it.
Okay.
Is there a motion to reestablish the green team?
Yeah, I would like to see them, give them one more year and see if that problem that we've had in the past ironed itself out, and we've addressed this again next year.
Is there a second?
I'll second the motion.
Roll call.
Councilman Kamala?
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli?
Yes.
Councilman Saliani?
Yes.
Councilman Slisinski?
Yes.
Councilman Talamini?
Yes.
Councilman Van Ack?
No.
All right, the green team is a mayor's appointment. The following people put in for this year. Nancy Kraus, Pat Wyman, Tracy DiTola, and Andrea Levy. The other members have not put in yet, and Elena Blanky put in as a junior member. So, and that is Councilman, as a holdover, Councilman Kamala, if you can get in touch and see if anybody who was on the committee last year still wants to be on.
Very good.
Thank you, and thank you for pointing out that we had to reestablish it first. My mistake. And with that, we have resolutions. The first one is a consent agenda 22 through 2201 through 2228, and these are, do I have to read the titles of each one?
They're all,
It's all about,
no, these are all standard resolutions that you adopt every year, that you are required to do so as part of the reorganization process.
I mean, I could read it.
The only that I would highlight, Mayor, would probably be 47.
but this is 1 to 28.
Yeah, 1 to 28, but the balance of them are also.
Well, we're going to pull up.
How about 41?
Well, we'll pull it, wait, let us just do, and what's my paper here now?
What, you want to do the first one?
I want to
1
do
28?
22 to 01 to 2228.
Say that again?
22 2201 to 22-28.
Oh, the first one, the very first one, yes,
This
I'm
is the
sorry.
one we do every year at the first meeting. It deals with the joint funds, it deals with the licensing, and the what?
Bank account.
The bank accounts, starting the bank, making sure we have the bank accounts, the petty cash funds. the
I was reading
inventories.
vertically, sorry. That's
Do you
how
want me
I'm
to
not-
read everyone?
I don't, but I mean, I think.
Does anybody want me to read everyone?
No.
All right,
I
is
think
there a motion
41.
to approve 2201 to 28?
Motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pincatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Yes.
Councilman Slizinski.
Yes.
Councilman Salamini.
Yes.
Councilman Van App.
Yes.
Now we have the rest that are specifics. So if you wish any pulled out, just let me know.
2250.
Oh, I didn't get to that yet. Yeah, well, that is, I was going to pull that out. In fact, I already wrote that down. I told Lisa I was going to pull that out.
2241, I feel it's an expenditure of money, and I think
All right,
the borough has a right to know.
2250 is the endorsement of community development project at 14 Hickory Drive. That is definitely being pulled out. Now, which one?
41,
41.
like I said, since it's an expenditure of funds, I think the borough
Well, there's a lot, yes.
might want to know that.
Anything else? Well, I'll read them. You can always change your mind. Resolution 2229 is to the temporary budget, which is required as a resolution adopted by 2/3 of the full membership, make emergency temporary appropriations. 2230 is the annual staff appointments for 2022. Michael Corelli as the deputy borough clerk and David Young as the treasurer. 2231 is to, upon the recommendation of the police chief Sanzari, make the following appointments for the the police department for 2022. Crossing guards, Barbara Beeman, William Bickford, John Carr, Marianne Carroll, Monica Carson, Philip DiBiase, Marilyn Dockery, Maria Jimenez, John Gray, Mindy Greenfield, Deborah Hill, Robert Lynn, Deborah Patterson as a sub, Richard Pierce, William Sisti as a sub, Kelly Smith, Teresa Bowman, Robert Weston, Dante DeLella as a sub, police matrons, Monica Carson and Lynn Burr-Hague. 2232 is the Bergen County Mutual Aid Plan and Rapid Deployment Force, and it's the preparedness for against natural emergencies. 2235 is to authorize the LESO plan, which is the Oakland Police Department to participate in the Defense Logistics Agency Law Enforcement Support Office, and to enable the Oakland Police Department to request and acquire excess Department of Defense equipment.
Pull that one, please.
Sure. Now we have 2240, appointing a coordinator for the borough's emergency telephone system. The borough has received a recommendation from Chief Sanzari from the Police Department to appoint Keith Dockra as the municipal coordinator of the 911 system. 2241 is authorized, we pulled that, right? We pulled that. 2242 is authorized the police department records custodian to be Captain Timothy Keenan, appointed as custodian of records for the Oakland Police Department. 2243 is to authorize a contract with the Land Conservancy of New Jersey, and they're the ones who do our grant applications for open space, an amount not to exceed $12,000. 2244 is to authorize the contract with Insurance Design Administrators for the Employee Retirement Income Security Act as amended as the plan. 2245 is authorize the contract with Continuing Disclosure Agent, and this the municipalities are required to file financial and statistical information as well as notices of material events affecting the borough. And the contract will be with Phoenix Advisors LLC, an amount of $1,150 for services as continuing disclosure agency for the Borough of Oakland, and our CFO has certified that funds are available. Resolution 2246, Authorized transfer between budget appropriations reserves from the current fund to the sewer fund. 2247 is to refund taxes for disabled veteran Tyrone Briones Jr., owner of 57 Academy Circle, Block 3904. Lot 10 was declared permanently disabled by the Department of Veterans Affairs. He is such that he is granted a full property tax exemption as a permanently disabled veteran as of November 22nd, 2021. Taxes paid after November 22nd, 2021 must be refunded. And Tyrone, thank you for your service to our country. 2248 is authorize an interlocal agreement between the Waldwick Well Baby Clinic, and this is services performed in Oakland shall be assessed a one-time administrator fee of $125 payable on execution of the contract, and a $35 per child for examinations, and a $20 per child fee for immunizations only to be billed directly by the medical provider. 2249, authorize the 2022 shared service agreement sludge disposal between Northwest Bergen Utilities Authority and Oakland, and there are various amounts per gallons of sludge. So we're pulling 50, 35, and 41. Anything else? If not, for the rest, is there a motion for the consent agenda?
Approved.
Second?
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Yes.
Councilman Slizinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Okay,
Councilman Van Ack.
Yes.
I keep speaking before, I'm sorry, Grams.
It's all good?
Okay, Resolution 2235, authorize the Borough of Oakland through the Police Department to participate in the Defense Logistics Agency Law Enforcement Support Office 1033 program to enable the Oakland Police Department to request and acquire excess Department of Defense equipment. Who pulled that?
I did, Mayor.
Yes.
I actually brought this forward about 10 or 12 years ago. And I have a question for Mr. Coombs.
Okay, Mr. Carnes, ready?
Yes.
In the 10 or 12 years, have we acquired anything under the LISO program?
Actually, to my knowledge, no.
No. So we have a program that, I mean, it's a great program because I've seen it pay off in other towns. I mean, in Lincoln Park, where they're constantly flooded, they got 2.5-ton trucks and I think 1 5-ton truck, which, you know, those trucks are like 2 or 3 feet higher than an average truck would be. And, you know, I know they have equipment. You know
what, Councilman, you're absolutely right, because every time I have a meeting with other mayors, and Congressman Gottheim is always saying, Oakland, why aren't you doing anything? And then I go back to Mr. Carnes, and he said it always has to come from the police department or the fire department.
This is through the police department.
it has to go through the police, as a matter of fact. Yeah, that's required. And look, I know they have a lot of work to do. And, you know, they have a lot of other things that probably have priority. But I think we should ask the chief, if this is something we're not going to spend any time, not that they don't, I don't know that they do or they don't, but I don't know how aggressive we are in this, and if it's not done aggressively, why have it?
There are so many towns that get such equipment, it's
I know.
unbelievable.
I know.
And I come back, what do I always say to you? Why are we doing this?
Richard, could you ask him at your next department head meeting? It's not accusatory, it's just that if we can't put the effort in, why do it?
I'll follow up with them.
Thank you. There a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Yes.
Councilman Slizinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Councilman Van Ack.
Yes.
The next one is 2241 non-union salaries. Be it resolved that the following salaries for non-union employees are effective January 1st, 2022. These are non-union employees. And, Councilman?
Yes.
Yes.
I just asked that it be read because I think the people, residents need to know, in reading Mr. Kuhn's memo, correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Coons, I think it's 2.5%. But that should be-
2.25 or
Okay,
1,850.
2.25%, right. And you
Right.
said it amounts to like $1.02 an hour? or something like
For
that?
those that are on the flat rate, the hourly rate increase is $1.02.
Right, it says annual salary adjustments for union employees are governed by the terms of their respective labor
Right.
agreements.
Exactly.
Salaries for non-union staff are set annually by resolution, which this would be, and where provided, the increases match those for the white-collar union. For 2022, the increase is 2.25% or $1,850, whichever is greater. For part-time hourly employees, the increase of $1,850 equals $1.02 per hour.
And I think they should be treated equally. I mean, I know we have collective bargaining, I know we have unions. They don't have anyone representing them. And I think just to be fair, we should give them exactly what we give everybody else. Why
Well,
single
we
them
are.
out to be, yeah.
That's what this resolution
I'm
does.
agreeing.
Oh,
I'm just agreeing.
Do you want to make the motion?
Wait, do you have something to say? Oh, yeah, I'd like to make a motion that 2241 authorized non-union salaries be approved.
There is a second.
Second.
Except for, what does it say, borough administrator? Only kidding, only kidding. Okay, roll call.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pigosaro.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Yes.
Councilman Slisinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Councilman Van Ack.
Yes.
Okay, now we have 2250. In fact, I had notes to pull it out, so thank you for pulling it out, Councilman Van Ack. This is to confirm endorsement of community development project at 14 Hickory Drive. Whereas a Bergen County Home Investment Partnership application of $175,000 has been proposed by Nobel LLC for community residence development at 14 Hickory Drive in the Borough of Oakland. And whereas pursuant to the State Interlocal Service Act, home funds may not be spent in a municipality without authorization by the mayor and council. And whereas the aforesaid project is in the best interest of the people of the Borough of Oakland, and whereas this resolution does not obligate the financial resources of the municipality and is intended solely to expedite expenditure of the aforesaid home application, now therefore be resolved that the mayor and council of the Borough of Oakland hereby confirm endorsement of the project. And basically, what this is saying is that it's a resolution to endorse the group home CDBG funding application, which has been listed. That's what this does. It's not an endorsement of the project, it's an endorsement of applying for the funding. So Councilman Van Ack.
Yes, I do not support this. I'll reiterate why. We had this happen on Yawpo Ave, and this is the second one
Yes.
to happen in a very short period of time. And it's a concern for me because every time a group home moves in, we lose the property tax on that property.
Yes.
And that's something we can't afford to do, especially when we just increased everybody who works for town salaries, non-union, 2.2% or $1,800. Our expenses keep going up and our revenue keeps going down. Simple as that, and that's why I don't support this. I'm all about special needs individuals, all about helping people, especially adults with developmental disabilities, something I'm very passionate about. But I just can't support it for those reasons I just stated.
Thank you.
I agree with Councilman Van Neck. The other part that we approved was on a main street, main road. There's always traffic there. This is on a side street in a residential area that the lot needs quite a few variances. So I agree with what Councilman Van Neck that I do not approve this for.
I hope everybody drove on that street and looked at the location. I think that's important.
It's a quiet little street. I mean,
Yes,
I've been there
it is.
numerous times with the first aid squad, and it's a quiet little street. It's not something that, employees change every 8 hours, or that deliveries are gonna be made, and as Councilman Van Neck said, I support special needs residences, I really do, but to put it in an undersized or a small lot in a residential area where it's gonna increase traffic, there's no doubt about that, and I just think it's the wrong place, basically. I think it's the wrong place for it.
Thank you.
Mayor,
Yes,
so obviously, I live in the Dogwood neighborhood, and, and for those people in the community, it is right in a small subdivision. It's not very large lots, these are very tiny lots, and I certainly agree, this is certainly, I think they could find a better location for this group home, and it's really not suitable for the neighborhood. And, it's at the end of, right at the end of, I would say Hickory and the intersection, and I think we could find a better place for it.
I know I drove back and forth to really get a good look at, from all directions, and yes. Anybody on this side want to say something? All right, so basically, I'll go back to what we did before and do it in the pot rather than the negative and get everybody confused. Is there a motion to approve Resolution 2250, which is to confirm endorsement of community development project at 14 Hickory Drive? Since there's no motion,
We could motion, second, and then
Vote no.
we vote no. So I'll motion.
should we do that? That's the best way to
Yeah.
do it?
So
Okay.
motion,
Second.
Okay, roll call.
Councilman Kamala.
No.
Councilman Pignatelli.
No.
Councilman Saliani.
No.
Councilman Slizinski.
No.
Councilman Talamini.
No.
Councilman Van Ack.
no.
So that ends that. Well, it doesn't, that ends that resolution. Okay, introduction of 22 Capital 874, the Iroquois Pump Station. Is there a motion to introduce?
So moved.
Second,
Roll call.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Yes.
Councilman Slizinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Councilman Van Ack.
yes.
And the final hearing?
January 26th.
January 26th. Thank you. And now we have work session items. OCC bylaws revisions, I think that's Councilman Van Ack.
Sure. It's pretty straightforward. Everybody had a chance to look at it. I appreciate Chairman Schwartzberger below, over there on the other side of the wall. I think I see him waving through the one-way
You could see
glass.
that through the one-way mirror?
Well, maybe. Could have been Bill. Anyway, I think they did a great job. We're just trying to clean some stuff up, update things, and positive feedback all around. So I ask for everyone's support to move this forward. We got our first meeting in 2 weeks, and we'd love to have this set for our first official meeting of the year. So thank you.
And we'd love to have more members.
Yeah.
Yeah, always.
I'd like to commend Councilman Van Neck and the work that he's done. He certainly has moved ahead with fervor to make sure that the OCC improved, which it has. He never gives up. Congratulations, Grant, you did a great job with OCC.
Grant, I want to echo Councilman Pignatelli's comments. Great job, and this is a great document as well, so.
Appreciate it.
The next one is the shade tree, that's also you.
Yes, I'm asking that this one be tabled. I'd like to bring that back to the Shade Tree Commission, work with Ed, Nancy, and Peter. It's been kicked around so many times. I appreciate everybody's work and feedback on this, especially Councilman Kamala, who really jumped in to work with me on this. There was even a meeting I missed, he covered for me, and I'm grateful for that. Councilman Slazinski covered for me one other time too, I appreciate that. And it has been so many drafts, so many back and forth, a lot of stuff.
Who wrote is the handwriting in red?
That is not my handwriting, that is
Not
not
my handwriting. Oh, that's Ed's?
handwriting.
That's Ed Clark.
Okay.
Members of the commission really need to get this cleaned up and bring
I
it back
see.
to, and bring this back to everybody. And I believe this ordinance must be fixed. The current ordinance we have on the books is not good. It's gotta be fixed. And we're very close to coming together. There's a lot of different sides pulling. I think we're almost at the point where we're gonna find a compromise where everybody can be okay with it.
Well, I think one of the
We
most,
have to preserve private property rights and at the same time, maintain our canopy and do what's right for the environment of this town. And there's a balance there, and we have to strike that balance, because that's only what's right. So
there's
we're almost
some,
there.
there's some confusion, Councilman, if you have to replace the septic.
So
Well, that was just a component of it.
that's one component of it.
Right, but I
And
know from someone who does a lot of
It is
closing.
unanimously agreed on that there is an exemption for septic.
Oh, okay.
There's
That
no
was the
confusion on that. Yep,
Again, I have to commend Councilman Van Neck for his perseverance.
very much.
He's done a lot of work with this, and he's been open to a compromise, he's been open to suggestions, As he said, we need to protect our canopy, so there's certain things he won't let go by, and he's really done a good job, and he's really persistent with this. I don't know very many people who would have taken it that far, but he did a good job.
Still your backyard, at the same time, it is what it is. So thank you, Council President.
But it affects your neighbors too.
Yes.
And it affects the town, so
Yep.
thank you. Yes, you worked hard on that. A Maine community garden fee, who put that up?
So I guess the community garden is looking to amend the fee for $50, and if they donate food, they get $10 discount off the
I saw they donate a lot of food.
Yep.
200 pounds?
200
Yeah, it was
pounds,
very impressive.
From the community garden. So
Great job.
This is certainly worth it.
I congratulate them, and that the green team did that.
That's the green team.
They really did a good job with that. I know I've gotten several compliments about being able to put their hands in dirt and grow their own vegetables, and at the same time, give them to a needy program, food pantry program.
Remember when we first went to the opening, the ribbon
Yeah.
cutting? Just
Yeah.
the dirt? And now I drive by there periodically to see what's going, and it's growing.
And also, this has been very cathartic, especially during these COVID times, for a lot of people just to be able to get out and plant a garden. And,
Yeah.
just
Mhm.
for a moment of zen, because obviously some people don't really deal too well with
Mhm.
this COVID. But it's
Mhm.
been great for the community and the people of Baltimore.
I agree with you, 100%.
Great, that's wonderful. Thank you to the green team. RFPs for Realtor Services.
So, just to jump in on this, looking at it, and I know Chopper does a lot for the town, is very involved in the town, but to me, it comes down to 5% versus 10% commission. I don't know what everybody else's thoughts are, but that really jumped out at me, because that's a big
Yeah.
number.
Not only that, right, one's more local to the town and one's more corporation, and considering the cost and the fact that it's a local person, to me, it's an easy decision.
Well, Mr. Kunju explained it to us when we met on this, the
Yeah,
difference
so-
between the two.
Right, so we had solicited RFPs, and this went in the newspaper, again, on the website. We sent it to local realtors, and this company, Max Span, who actually met down at the League of Municipalities Convention and got their contact information. And what I really see as a difference is, Max Span is a very reputable firm. They've worked with a lot of municipal clients. They tend to market larger parcels, and for, commercial developments and the like, and they do it as an auction process, rather than the way a realtor would market the property and bring you an interested buyer. And then coupled with that, there is the fee differential as well between the 5 and the 10%. So kind of a fee difference and a completely different approach to how they would go about selling the property.
Mary, this is something I've been asking for on Scott, almost the entire 15 years I've been on the council. However, this is the best time to do it. It may not have been the best time in '08 when real estate property wasn't in demand, but, Oakland is a very, very hot market for homes. We have 2 or 3 properties that could probably bring in, I'm just gonna guess, I could be wrong, maybe close to $1 million. As Councilman Van Neck said, we have to look to bring revenue in.
Yes.
And these are 2 or 3 properties that would benefit the town. I'm sure they would sell, and, we could use the money. I mean, we have projects
I
that need.
remember how old this is, because I remember sitting with Chris Visconti,
That was brought up way back
Pushing.
then. Yep.
pushing for this.
Yeah. Council President Pignatelli is absolutely right. Not only is it revenue we can generate with the sale, but then if the property tax on that going forward to make up from the flood buyouts and all these other things that we've lost, which we needed to do those flood buyouts, but again, that's lost revenue.
So now, what is this as a what do we do this as a resolution?
We would do it as a professional service resolution at the next meeting.
Okay.
And there's 3 properties? I know 2 for sure, Valley and Manitou.
So I think when we talk about the properties, the ones that are on the top of everybody's minds are the ones on Manitou and the old DPW site on Valley View. There's actually 3 other small properties. They're flag lots. We had tried to put those out as well back in 2009, 2010, and I think we were still feeling the effects of the recession and there were no buyers.
Yeah.
So we figured, let's just put them back out again and see if there are any takers for them. Maybe it'll be an adjacent property owner or something like that.
Oakland's one of the few towns that have, as Chopper Russo explained to me, one of the reasons it's such a hard market in Oakland is because we have full-time kindergarten. Right, is that right, Mr. Talman?
Yeah, we're one of the only schools around. It's pretty rare that has.
Well, Wayne
full-time
just
kindergarten.
passed it, didn't Wayne just pass it
Wayne,
finally? Wayne of all places.
Well, they're taking our lead.
Yes. Wait till they follow us with cannabis and breweries.
It's interesting, I don't know if I'm sure most of the council has seen the piece of property in Manitou. That is a very large piece of property.
It could be two pieces.
Yeah, that's a very large piece of property for somebody who's going to be putting up a house, or maybe it's even more subdividing. I mean, that's certainly a very valuable piece to serve.
It's in a beautiful area. I love that area, yeah.
Thank
I
you.
wish I lived there. Can't afford it.
So with that, is there anybody who has new business?
I have some new business.
Yes.
I was contacted, emailed by a lawyer that I know. He deals with the marijuana.
Mandela?
Yes,
Ron?
Ron Mandela.
Yes.
And he asked if maybe we could, he'd like to put together a presentation.
Yes.
So we could, because he said, this is what he does. He's involved in all this, and he said, if Oakland is going to get 4 or 5 applications, okay, not a big deal. But if we get 50 applications, what are we going to do? And he'd like to.
Excellent. I would love to have Ron come.
So
I know him. I've talked to him.
Yeah. So I think he was thinking even Zoom. So we could do something via Zoom to.
It's funny you should say that because I just got a call. I just called Richard to say, what do we? And I just got a call. Somebody read about it in the newspaper that we passed the marijuana manufacturing cultivation. So I said, call Richard Carnes, and he said he's going to set up a meeting. Yes.
So
should we have it at a council meeting? Should we have a special presentation?
You may want to do it in committee just first, just to make it more manageable.
Okay.
And it's easier to do.
Why don't you talk to Mr. Carnes and figure out the best way to do
maybe
this?
I'll forward you the email and then.
Sure.
And then
You might even invite the Cannabis Committee to sit in on it.
Well, that's what he's saying.
Oh, I don't, all right.
I mean, I think what you want to do, and Ron
You know Ron.
Mandela has developed an expertise in this, and he
Mhm.
represents other communities to help the evaluation process if you get licensing and the like. And you could certainly, if you're happy with his presentation, appoint him, and the fees are paid out of escrows that are posted by the person seeking or the entity seeking the license.
I'm telling you, attorneys, they go into the specialties.
So
That's become his specialty.
He does it in Hoboken and he does it in other communities, so that's, how I'm aware of what he does. And it's something you need. If you get a number of these, you're going to need somebody to assist the evaluation and the point criteria in order to award a license. I
How long is his presentation? He didn't tell me how long it was.
don't think it should be.
He said it wasn't. He said it wasn't a long presentation at all. It was just something to get an idea of what's going on, and then.
So,
All right, so-
just so I'm clear, Mr. Talamini, so the burden falls upon the business owner coming in that'll pay the fees to cover the attorney's fees. It's not coming from the taxpayer, correct?
Well, I don't know any of that.
We don't know.
The way we set it up.
So it's the way-
Let's see what he says.
Okay.
But my understanding is, yes, there are fees that are established that for the administration when you go through this process, and that's where he would charge.
So we have a choice. We
Okay.
could do it at a
Thank you.
council meeting via Zoom. We could do via Zoom at any time. We could have the committee, the Cannabis Committee, do it via Zoom first.
Yeah, I support having someone with the expertise. We've always said from the very beginning with cannabis, we
Right.
want to do it right. And in order to do it right, you need people who have a certain expertise in that area to help protect us, protect the people, and do what's right for the community.
So maybe the committee, should we do the Cannabis Committee?
Yeah,
Meet with them
right.
first?
Yeah.
Watch the presentation?
Great.
Well,
And what do you
I'm sorry,
think?
Mayor, I believe the Cannabis Committee was disbanded once they.
I know we were
issued
disbanded,
their
but it's still
report.
the same group of people who did all the research.
Well,
Well, you could,
Why don't we talk with Mr. Mondello?
And see what he
and
says,
yeah.
see what he suggests.
Yeah.
you could
He may
always,
want to be on the council.
Right.
Okay, that's great, thank you. Yeah. All business.
I have some old business
Yes.
also. I just want to going forward with the zoning board appeal process, if we could just
Well, it's-
get it off of our plate.
Right. It's not finished.
Yeah, well, at the next meeting, you will have a resolution, and if you want to change the process, it was late in the year, we need to do that by ordinance, to amend the ordinance to.
Are you talking about the appeal or the investigation?
I'm not talking about the process, I'm talking about
This is for a Lahi few.
Oh, the appeal process.
Right.
Right, we wanted to change the ordinance so it doesn't come to
Right.
us.
Right.
Right.
that's.
Oh, but you're not talking about the investigation?
I'm not talking about the.
You don't want him to
Did-
talk about that?
Correct.
The administration committee met about this?
No,
No.
I'm just saying, we
We need to address it.
We had addressed that a while back, that our ordinance would have, in the future, we should revise our ordinance, talk about our ordinance, that it doesn't come to the council, it goes to court like everybody else.
Yeah, I thought that the council gave direction to have the administration committee look at it and then bring it back to us, I guess.
no, we didn't look at it
No.
in the administration, but.
Okay.
I have another old business, Mayor.
Yes,
I'm actually getting tired of bringing it up.
I know what you're gonna bring up.
Traffic.
Yes. Every
We were
time I
supposed
pass
to have
your
a
house-
meeting in
Every
October.
time I pass your house.
We're supposed to have a meeting in October, we're supposed to have
John,
a
you came
meeting in
in.
November, we're supposed to have a meeting in December. I understand the traffic expert through Boswell has a proposal or a suggestion or an endorsement or whatever you want to call it. We can't keep pushing this aside. For me, it's a high
right, well,
high
all right.
priority.
I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt, because I know you had COVID.
Oh, well, we have to schedule a meeting, obviously. I was waiting for the council to
I suggested that in November.
reorganize. So I'll talk with Mr. Kunz.
Yeah, we can't keep putting this off, Mr. Coons.
If Mr. Council President, is it still going to be your project respectfully, or
Yes,
will it be?
Yes.
Okay. So
We gotta move forward. We can't keep saying, wait. You know, I said from the beginning, and I know I predicated my research on the repaving of Ramapo Valley Road, which was supposed to be done last year, and now it's gonna be done next year. If one of the proposals is to reroute traffic, we need to know it now. We can't wait until the asphalt is on Ramapo Valley Road, ready to put down, and we say, oh, wait a minute, we didn't come up with a plan yet.
So,
It's very important.
understood. Mr. Kunz, you want me to float some dates, or are you going to float dates?
Yes, please.
In addition, while you float, with dates, we have to deal with 91 West Oakland Avenue.
Yes.
I don't have answers for them, and I was waiting for you to give us answers.
What's 91?
Oh, 91 West Oakland Avenue are those apartments?
The
Yeah,
flooding that they
flooded.
experienced.
Yes, we have to be,
I have answers,
but I don't have the answers, you have the answers.
but the developer doesn't like my answers.
But we need your answers, we need to hear from you.
Yes.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Another thing on old business, just to back
Yes.
up what the Council President Pignatelli said, is, I floated this out there before, is that adaptive traffic control is something I really believe in, and I think that should be
I
part of.
thought we had an answer on that.
What
we did.
We were told that it couldn't be done, but I don't want to take that as an answer. I think we need to keep pushing on this. And I think part of it is bringing us under the one jurisdiction instead of the state and the county. How do we bring that together so we can have better management? I thought that was the reason we couldn't do it. So let's get the second thing done before the first thing can be done. And that's to make one jurisdiction instead of state and county, and that way we could have better management of the flow of the lights.
Well,
We're
when
gonna
I
be
asked
able-
the DOT about a new light on the corner of West Oakland and Ramapo Valley
You're
Road,
gonna-
they said, sure, as long as you pay for it.
You're
So-
going to be able to get the state and the county to work together? Under
Me?
what? Under one?
We'll make that part of the agenda,
Please.
Councilman Van Eck, as part of this meeting, to have it under one
If you
jurisdiction.
could do that, you are a miracle worker.
We could always try, Mayor.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, now we have committee reports, so we'll start with Councilman Van Eck.
Sure. Recreation, thank you, Mayor. Recreation, baseball and softball registration is open right now on oaklandrec.org. That is oaklandrec.org. The OCC newsletter and social media committees are looking for volunteers. We do have a commissioner spot open. We were talking about that before. If you're interested, feel free to email me on my council email or give me a call anytime, and we can have a conversation about what the commitment is. That's a good commission because we meet every other month instead of every month, so it's 6 meetings as opposed to 12. TV committee met tonight, and want to thank them for digitizing 150 historical videos in Oakland. And we're going to be playing them throughout 2022, so some of you will get to see younger versions of yourself if you're ever in them, and just some good memories, and maybe people who aren't with us anymore might even be on some of those videos. And I think that's, I love nostalgia and history, so that's just a really cool thing that's coming forward. January 24th is our next meeting. Shade Tree, we're working hard on that ordinance, and we'll get a revision back to the council. DPW, the bridge is safe to travel on. It continues to be, and if anybody has any questions about Patriots Way Bridge, you could also get in touch with me as well. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
And, oh, one last thing, because I did miss, because of a COVID situation in my home, I did miss the reorganization meeting. I want to thank you.
Oath of office.
I have an oath of office meeting. I want to thank you. This looks beautiful. I didn't see it that day. So happy. From my first meeting in this room, I was asking for this to be
uncovering,
clean.
we call it, right?
The uncovering. I
Right.
was asking about this, and it's finally done. It almost doesn't feel real. It's like a dream. So thank you, Rich, and
You did a great job,
Michael,
Michael.
Corelli, and everybody involved in that.
Frankly, DPW for
And congratulations to our 2 former mayors and their families who now have their pictures up as
Yes.
well. And thank you. That's it. Thank you, Mayor.
Good job, Councilman.
And thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. I just have a very brief report for the green team. They had their styrofoam drive on the 8th. Unfortunately, I could not make it. I too was sick. And also, we have a planning board meeting tomorrow at 7 o'clock.
Correct.
That's all I have to report. And I just want to, unfortunately, I didn't make the swearing in. I just want to congratulate Mr. Councilman Saliani and Soslinski for, have a great year. And Steve, welcome to the council. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Council President.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. For the police department, congratulations on being certified again. In recognition of Law Enforcement Day, I commend their duty and their recertification, which not all police departments attain this very high degree of certification. I know from my work in Lincoln Park and what we went through here, it's 1 year of intense review of policies and procedures, and nobody on the police department can say they didn't know the policy or the procedure. Everybody has to know it. Everybody has to sign off on it. They did a great job being recertified. We should be proud of our police department. Not all police departments can attain this level of certification. Flu shots. I know I'm like a broken record, but it's not too late to get your flu shot. Don't be one of those, I forget, what do they call it now when you have COVID and flus together?
Florona.
What do they call it?
Florona.
A cold?
Flurona, whatever they call it. You can get both. And look, as I was saying to my wife the other day, I know my son-in-law for, I don't know, I guess 30 years never got the flu shot. He got the flu. He swears from now on he's going to get it. Because, I had it many, many years ago. Every bone in my body ached for a week. Get your flu shot, especially senior citizens and children 6 months and older. And it's no joke. You hear about the fatality rate from COVID. Between 30 and 50,000 people a year die from the flu. It's nothing to fool around with. You get sick and you have a compromised immune system or something, other illness, you could be one of the numbers for dying. So please get your flu shot. It's extremely important. You can go to any pharmacy and get it done. Medicare pays for it. So don't be foolish. Get the flu shot and be protected for you and your family's sake. And that's it, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Talmini?
Yes, the Public Events Committee, just thank you all around. Thank you to Chopper again for re-upping. public events is Chopper. Chopper does so much for the public events. He's a great asset to the town and to public events. So public events, we're talking about, we need more volunteers. We're taking over the Memorial Day Parade. We need volunteers for that. It's another event, and we're getting by with the members that we have, but we could always use more members, and you don't have to be involved in every event. Most of our members have one or two events that are really important to them, and they show up at those and do those, and then you don't see them at the other ones. But we still need people. So and by us taking over the Memorial Day Parade, we need more people. So please volunteer to be on the Public Events Committee. The schools are doing everything that they can to try and stay open. Please be safe. Please, with the sports, please be aware of wearing the masks in the school buildings and just being careful about spreading illnesses just in general. The sports are such an important part to the kids' health and development. I know in my family that recreation is one of the greatest things that happened to us during COVID. It really kept us from going stir crazy. Please be patient. A lot of rules change, and it's really not the schools. The schools are implementing the rules. They're not creating them. So please be patient with the schools and the nurses and the principals. Most of the time, they're the messenger. So don't shoot the messenger. And then finance. I believe that was my last meeting as the finance.
No, well, you're going to be tonight.
Yes, but so we had a meeting the other night. We met. We were talking about the pump station and the money that we had to expend on that. But I won't say I enjoyed being on the finance because it's a lot of work. But I just want to say thank you to everyone that participated in all the years that I've been on the finance, and thank you for that. That's it, Mayor.
I'll take that remark in consideration.
I just want to talk about your two committees. First of all, I go to meetings with the mayors, and they start complaining about the schools versus the town, and the school boards versus the council. And back, even when I was on the council back in the 90s, we have always had a wonderful relationship between the municipality and the schools. And now with the superintendent, we talk to each other very often, and she lets me know if something's happening, and I advise her if something is happening. And I just want to tell everybody, it's a great relationship that we have between the schools and the municipality. We don't fight like other towns.
It really is nice. It's, and I've spoken with the board members and the superintendent, and they feel the same way.
Yes.
That it's, we're a team, we're going through this together.
Yes.
There's no reason for us to be adversaries.
No, you're absolutely correct.
And
I think,
luckily, we've never
I think
had
part of that is due to your personality, Councilman. You've
Oh, I
always
thought
been
it was
open.
me.
I'm sorry?
I thought it was me with the
You
superintendent.
didn't let me get there yet.
Oh, okay.
I think it's part due to Russ's personality and his openness and his experience with the Board of Education and the mayor's communication with our superintendent. That just shows that, we're one big family.
Yes.
And that, we might not be able to agree with everything they want all the time, but that, we do communicate, and it's been successful. It really has been. Thank you both.
And your other committee, public events, we can't thank the members enough for what they do. They are incredible, and now you're going to be taking over the Memorial Day Parade.
Yes.
Plus, you know, what I talked to Chopper about, we're doing that special lighting parade for Christmas.
Yes.
Yes, we need a lot of members, it's going to be very exciting.
It was definitely discussed. I don't know that it was.
Oh, it wasn't received very well?
Well, no.
It's going to be beautiful.
Yes, it's just.
They're always looking to do something new. They really, really are.
Have you ever seen these lighting parades where the
Absolutely.
cars are,
Absolutely.
it's gorgeous.
And just, Chopper always says, we just want to make it better than last year. That's it.
Start small,
and
the
that's-
parade will start small, and then it
that's-
will gain
That's
strength.
what we try to do.
We'll just keep reminding Chopper how beautiful it is.
Okay.
Thank you, tell them how wonderful they are.
Thank
But
you,
we
sir.
need members on
Yes,
public events,
please.
and we need their leadership forms. Yes, Councilman.
Yes, library update. 2022 is being kicked off with several new items coming to the library, mostly for the kids. The library is adding leap pads and box books. These are educational tools that help developing readers become more confident and are tailored to specific reading levels. Currently, in-person programming is on hold until they see where the COVID surge is headed. They are looking forward to in-person programming and looking at having a tent to hold programs outside if things don't change significantly before the spring. Lastly, the library is making a bigger investment in e-resources for 2022 in response to increased demand from our patrons. If someone has a request to buy a digital item, they can do so by emailing the director.
Wow, great. That it?
That's-
Okay. And do you have anything to report?
I would love to report on the committee. I'm waiting for Council President to tell you to assign me
Okay.
something.
Nice time.
Thank
Hey,
you.
Mayor?
Yes.
I just have one thing to say. I should have said it under my report. You know, it was interesting. You know how they say all politics is local? Having had COVID and trying to find tests in the week leading up to the first, there were lines going around the block. You couldn't find rapid tests anywhere. And just, you know, even trying to prepare to come to this meeting. And I got to tell you, what really bothered me, even trying to find monoclonal antibodies and everything, you couldn't do it. And to have our governor of the state of New Jersey on vacation in Costa Rica while the crap is hitting the fan here is just inconceivable. Because I'm not the only one that suffered. There were a lot of other people that suffered. You should have never done it or come back. It's inexcusable. I'm sorry.
Well, I think you should, why don't you contact the governor?
Why can't you?
I will.
Okay.
And please,
One thing I did forget, I forgot to address the situation, he asked me to address the lights
yes.
when he was speaking, and I didn't do that, I just gave my report, so I
He'll
can do
hear
that.
you, I'm sure you could address it.
I'll do that now quickly. The lights, and I'm reading this right off of another complaint we recently got, and we had communication that went out, so I'm reading this verbatim, just the
Is that the email?
Yep.
Yes.
Parking lot, playground, and field 6 are left on until 8:30 every night for residents that use the walking path and the complex. The roller hockey rink left on until 10 o'clock at night because they're playing hockey every single night. So the reason the lights are on, 8:30 for the walking path and that complex area there, and then 10 o'clock for hockey because they're playing hockey every night. And that's the reason. Please, call me, contact me. If you're concerned about the lights, if anybody's concerned about lights, reach out to me. But that, and I will tell you that, if it's off those times or something else, then it's another conversation. But that is what we do, and that's what it is.
Thank you. Since you brought up holidays, I got a call from Congressman Gottheimer's office and Assemblyman Ort's office. They're trying to work together to help us they're working together. They said they would contact me on Friday to help with Patriots Way Bridge and Allen Brook.
Question, I thought we were moved to CD9.
What?
I thought we got moved to CD9.
We did, but not yet.
When does that take
I
place?
don't know, when does it take place?
I believe when the new Congress is sworn in.
But in the meantime, he's still helping us, so we'll take the help.
Okay, I
But
did,
he's working with Bob Ort.
that's terrific, okay. And just so you know, Mayor, I did make contact with Congressman Pascarell. We had about a 10-minute chat as well, hoping to bridge the gap. So if you talk to Congressman Gottheimer, would you let him
Yes,
know that?
we're working together.
Okay, so
Congressman
just let him-
Gottheimer and
Let him know that
Yes.
Pascarell has been tied into the loop
Yes.
on this, and I had expressed and told them, it'd be nice if we could have a smooth transition.
Yes, I've been working with Gottheimer on that,
Very good.
Congressman Gottheimer on
Thank
that. Thank you. All right, with that, anybody, a motion to open to the public?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone wish to speak? Motion closed.
No,
No, Speaker.
one moment.
You're on. Yes,
No, thank you. Thank you for trying to get rid of the green team and bring it together with another.
You have to
There are
give your name and
bullies on-
address,
there-
I'm sorry.
It's Deb Mutterer, 101 Walnut Street. There are bullies on that team. And some of us wanted to join, and we're not now. And that's a shame, because we are part of this community
And
as
what
well.
is your name?
Deb Mutterer.
101 Walnut.
101 Walnut.
Got it.
When are my potholes getting filled in front of my house that occur every 3 to 6 weeks?
On 101 Walnut, have you?
Every 3 to 6 weeks, I have to go to DPW, potholes in front of my driveway. But I can't believe the green team, it's terrible. It's bullying. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Khan, you have a meeting with your staff tomorrow?
Yep, I made a note, thanks for
I
that.
made a note for 101 Walnut, thank you. Anybody else? Motion to
Please don't-
close.
Please don't patch it. I'm tired of you guys patching it. Because when you patch it, 6 weeks later, there's a pothole there. I mean, you drive by it all the time.
I'm
It's in front of my
acutely aware
house.
of it. It's been.
I lived on Walnut Street.
I don't
It's
think the
ridiculous.
asphalt companies are open to repave it right now.
No, I understand
So
that.
the only
No,
thing they
I
can do is
understand
patch
that,
it.
But I've been there almost 4 years.
It's a chronic problem, it comes up in the.
It's right in front of me.
I know Walnut Street, that's where I lived before I moved.
Yeah,
to the
it's
outside.
it's a nightmare. The whole street's a
I know
nightmare.
Walnut.
But my, in front of my driveway is,
I wasn't far from 101, I know it very well.
yeah.
Maybe we
It's a
should-
shame. It's water leaking, coming from the.
So, Mr. Khan is going to talk to Anthony tomorrow morning. I
Right,
made a note.
so for right now, of course, in the wintertime, all we were able to do is patch.
Patch, yeah.
But then we'll see where that is on the repaving list, or whether it is something that would warrant some more extensive repair come the spring.
Yeah, Mr. Coons, it's a chronic problem in that one area. It's that whole section with 2 houses, and it just, you can see the water just pushing up, the surface water coming through the road and creating that pothole. time
Yeah,
and time.
George and.
Yep, take a look at it. Okay.
All right,
Our engineer will take a look at it.
thank you.
Motion to close? Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Bills to be paid, so you're still there, Councilman.
Bills to be paid, $311,074.82. So moved.
Second.
All right, as long as you read the bills list and you know what's going on, roll call.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman Pinistelli.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Yes.
Councilman Slizinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Councilman Van Ack.
Yes.
Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
The next meeting will be held right here in, hopefully, assuming everything goes well, right here in Council Chambers, January 26th. Good night, everyone. Stay healthy and stay safe.
That's all, folks.
Hey, Charlie, how are you? Happy New Year.
I know, I kept track of
You know,
them.
I learned some things too.
Very nasty people.
Good, so, NRCS, we had provided them with the information they were looking for, after possibility, the Republicans, now, just heard back that it's clear, our engineer, that guy Nigel, we met with, and it's over with the funding.
Mayor.
So we're